Good morning, Central Virginia. It is time to launch the area's only live local talk and entertainment show, Virginia This Morning. You can see today's Girl Power. I'm Amy Lacey here with Andreas White-Murdaugh. Happy Friday, Andreas.
Happy Friday. Hello, Sunshine.
Yeah.
And hello to all of you as well. It's great to be here with you as we get one step closer to the weekend. Virginia This Morning provides a unique opportunity to showcase some fun and informative things. And Amy, I know you have said it many times, this show is full of infotainment.
It really is. We like to provide information in an entertaining way because I know each and every day I learn something that I can use in my life that day, that week, that weekend. So, you know, that's what we aim to do. Have fun and let you get something out of it too.
Oh yeah, and we have, what you see is what you get. We have so much fun on and off the camera around here as we learn and as we celebrate and just have a good time.
We just do have a good time. So here's what we have for you to have a good time today. We always begin with a preview. Here's a look at a few highlights that are coming up. We hope you and your families have a wonderful holiday season. Some nice music is the perfect way to set the tone for today. This Brunswick County-based husband and wife duo really has a unique sound. Once you hear them, you will know why they are a fan favorite. We will enjoy their full song later today, but here's a sample right now from Tiara and Andrew.
Always love hearing from them. Well, Chantel Preston is an entrepreneur, advisor, and strategist. She says, through my years of leadership, I've come to realize that the years of pressure and lies that I faced were grounded in three pervasive lies. She claims there are three lies that women are told, and we'll find out what makes her list. This interesting conversation is coming up in less than 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to hear that conversation. That's a heavy one this morning, but we will do it also in a fun way. Have you come across something unique? Did you have an awesome vacation? We'd like to stay connected to you, our valued friends and viewers of the show, and we can do that by inviting you to send us some pictures. The lid pops off our inbox, which stays full of fun adventures. Take a look at this image. We will do some more show and share during our Everywhere You Are segment coming up in our second half hour. Look at that.
There we are. Looks like a good time is being had. We'll tell you about that in just a moment. Well, the holiday season is full of great food and delicious desserts. How does a rich and creamy pumpkin cheesecake sound?
It sounds good to me.
Pretty good to me, too. We'll pass along this recipe from the Virginia Egg Council that you can make for your friends and family. That's coming right up.
Okay, so we have this weekend and next weekend before Christmas. Are you done with your shopping? Are you done with your decorating? Or do you like to wait until closer?
Okay, so I thought I was ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. And I put up all the Christmas trees and everything the day after Thanksgiving.
Because you do multiple at your home.
I have now 6 trees. Some of them little for the kids. Everybody has to have their own.
Absolutely.
And so I'm not quite done with that. I'm almost done with that. But I don't typically do my Christmas shopping until the last minute.
See,
so I'm trying to be better about that.
It's kind of reverse for me. I shop really throughout the year because whenever I see something, maybe if I'm on a vacation, I say, hey, that person's special to me. I think they would love that during the holidays. But it's the decorating that it is always an ongoing process for me. And I think this year, because Thanksgiving was so late, I got a later start.
Oh, yes.
Because I don't like to have the tree up or the decorations up and then sit down and have Thanksgiving dinner. So it's a work in progress. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, that happened. So the day after Thanksgiving, before everyone left, I said, everyone grab decorations, let's put them up really fast. But then I turned around and there were still pumpkins on the table.
There
so
you
we
go.
had the intersection of seasons for a moment there. But we got that all taken care of. So we're almost there.
Almost to the finish line. But here we're just getting started. We have to take a commercial break and we hope to see you in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. we just say happy Friday? We hope your week has been great. Thank you for spending a part of your Friday morning here with us. I'm Amy Lacey with Andrea Swaite-Murdaugh with me. It is so good to have you here in the studio this morning.
Oh, yes. I've been out and about quite a bit recently, so it's nice to be here in the studio having a good time. Happy Friday to everyone. It's always a great day here in Central Virginia.
Just in case you're just tuning in, this is the time when we share a recap of a few features that you will see on today's show.
All right. Pumpkin cheesecake is on the Virginia This Morning dessert menu. Mary Rappaport has a great recipe to share, and you can put it together in no time. She'll take us step by step and show you how it all comes together.
I can't wait for that one. And we will enjoy the smooth sounds from the Virginia-based husband and wife duo Tiara and Andrew. They always have such a sweet, sweet sound.
Oh, yes. And we've got much, much more in store, so stay tuned.
We do have to talk about the frigid temperatures. There has been a change of the season. It is always great to enjoy a hot beverage when the temperature plummets. Today is National Cocoa Day. According to nationaltoday.com, hot cocoa is made with cocoa powder, heated milk, or water and sugar. Some people call it hot chocolate, but hot chocolate is actually made using ground chocolate containing cocoa butter. So that's the difference.
A little bit different, yeah.
Question of the day, to marshmallow or not to marshmallow?
I usually go whipped cream more than marshmallow.
Okay.
Only because I typically drink mine kind of fast.
Yeah.
And if the marshmallows aren't all, melted yet, then it's too much going on.
I will take hot chocolate anyway, so.
Well, that is true.
Put the marshmallow on there or not, I'm gonna love it.
All right, well, now we got that taken care of.
Yeah, we know that today's the holiday to do it. Before we had to break, here's what Roof Renew
Today's Roof Report,
can do for you.
Sponsored by Roof Renew.
I had called 3 different roofing companies to ask them if they could come out and do repairs, and 2 of them said they don't do repairs. The third one came out and they said they do repairs, but they ended up giving me a quote to replace my entire roof. And I knew that wasn't necessary because our roof is not that old. So because I had searched for roof repair, Roof Renew came up in my feed. And I did some research, and I called, and it was just the most wonderful experience dealing with a service organization that I've had. And the Roof Renew process did exactly what I needed it to do. The crew touched up all of the cracks before they did the process. Everything was just perfect. I would absolutely recommend Roof Renew because it really enhanced the appearance of my roof. It was just exactly what my roof needed, so I'm very pleased.
Today's Roof Report has been sponsored by Roof Renew.
Welcome back to our Friday show. Some would say oftentimes the prettiest places are where the fewest people are. Dave Parker discovers one of those places right here in Virginia. This adventure takes him to one of the mountains of Highland County. This is the latest installment of the Discover with Dave series. Check it out.
This segment is sponsored by Rockingham Insurance.
I've seen some beautiful parts of Virginia, but this might be the prettiest.
Perched atop seemingly endless mountains and the vistas they offer, Highland County is Virginia's least populated at just over 2,000 residents. Cattle and sheep far outnumber people. Monterey is considered downtown. This is where you'll find cell service. A brief walk will take you by several shops, a few places to stay, and eat, including the longtime fixture, Highs. It's the kind of place you would expect to find here. Lions Club Awards, years of messages from come-heres and from-heres. The ringing of a bell if you enjoyed your visit. And comfort food, like country fried steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans. If you want the full Highs experience, order the rodeo burger, which spurs the owner to come galloping out of the kitchen.
Yeah! I got me a rodeo burger here! Yeah!
Another dollop of goodness at Highs is that for years, a small group of locals have met early in the morning for coffee, letting themselves in, leaving payment, and locking up on the way out. One of the main adventures in the county is found on a 1+ mile drive on a gravel road. The refurbished Sounding Knob Fire Tower offers the chance to climb over 100 steps up to one of the most breathtaking views in Virginia I have ever seen. Lodging in the county is limited, but I found a place that spoke to where I was. The Monterey Campground has plenty of places to pitch a tent, but the heart of the camp is the clubhouse. Important note, this is off the grid, so no electricity other than solar power, enough to charge your electronics and run a string of lights. There's also a men's and women's bathhouse, with solar power also offering hot water. While it was nice to have warmth from the wood stove, the real show was outside in the night sky. In Highland County, I'm Dave Parker.
Another great adventure. Thanks, Dave. For home, auto, and farm insurance, give Rockingham Insurance a call at 800-434-7736 or visit rockingham.insure to find a local agent.
Good morning, Eddie. Thank you so much for being with us here in Richmond.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing awesome. I love the spread in front of you. It looks amazing where you are. You are ready for a tailgate. Let's start right off the bat and say, what is it that makes a good tailgate?
Well, I like to call myself the tailgate pro. I have a cookbook that's all about tailgating, home gating. So there's a few tips that I'd like to share with people to make sure that they learn how to tailgate like a pro. So the first thing is casual is the key, right? So you want to focus on the food and the drink. So no matter what, you're going to have a good time. If your team loses, if the weather is bad, you're still going to make sure you have a good time. And then the second tip that I like to give people is to do high quality, high flavor upgrades. You know, just something that just takes it to the next level, but still keep it simple. For instance, I have some bratwurst that I braise in a little bit of this Box Pinot Grigio, which kind of cuts through the fattiness of the bratwurst. And then I have some sliders, which is simple, but I'm upgrading the flavor by adding in a little bit of jerk ketchup, right? And then lastly, a lot of people like to order their wings, do takeout wings. I'm like, no, make your own wings. It's so simple. That way you can control the flavor of them, whether you want smoky, spicy, but then you're able to create a beautiful pairing like with this wine that I have.
Love that, because I do think there are some people who have their tried and true favorites. They're going to a tailgate, they know what they want, but you can elevate things pretty easily and also try some new pairings. What else do you have to show us there?
So I love that I partnered up with Box Wines because one, people always think of beer for tailgating, and I'm like, no, bring some wine, right? Look at this box of wine. It's easily you could transport it, right? It's easy to transport, but also you get a bang for your buck. This 3-liter box of wine has 4 bottles of wine in it. That's a whole lot of partying right there, but also the quality is really good, and you can create these beautiful pairings like this Pinot Grigio that we have here. Pretty much goes with anything. You know, doesn't matter what the food you have, what the spread you have, you can have a pairing with this Box Pinot Grigio. And then for something like this Revolution, which is a red blend, that's when you have something that's a little bit smoky, a little bit spicy, and that's going to be a beautiful pairing as well. And that's why I like this Box brand, because it has a lot of flavor. You can go high end and have it for dinner, or you can bring it out to the tailgate.
Yeah, no kidding when you say easy to transport. Is that like a handle at the top that I see there?
Yeah, it has a handle on the top.
That is ready to go. I love that. Well, let's talk about...
No nothing. You don't have to worry about anything.
Making it easy for us. Why not? Just throw it in a car, no glass, don't have to worry about that. Perfect for the tailgate or anytime. Well, let's talk about the season, football coming up. How you feeling about it? Any favorites or anything that you're looking out for?
I'm actually a 49ers fan, so my season has been a little up and down. But for me, this has been a great football season, only because there's so many different teams now that are good and not just one or two like it's been in the last couple of seasons. So you have the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, you have the Chiefs. You have the Falcons. You have the Bears are looking pretty good right now. So it's so many different teams that are looking like they have a good road to get to the Super Bowl. And that makes the season that much more exciting.
What do you think it is about a tailgate that brings people together and just makes it that much more fun for a game?
Look, this is my favorite time of the year. Obviously football, but also tailgating, because tailgate is all about just camaraderie with friends. You're hanging out. The weather is always nice, and this is seriously my favorite time of the year. That's why I wrote a cookbook about it.
Tell us a little bit about the book.
So my book is called Game Day Eats, which is like how to home gate like a pro. And there's a lot of these delicious recipes that you have here. And actually taking those recipes and some of these things that I created, like these wings, which you can find on botobox.com, and it goes with the wine, create these delicious pairings, right? And I thought it was fun to partner up with them because I love the brand, high quality wine, and then I can pair it with some of my delicious recipes from my book.
Tell us now where we can go for some more information.
So you can find my wing recipes on botobox.com/football, and you'll see the recipes that I created. And then go grab you some Botobox wine and see exactly how that pairing takes off.
Patty, thank you so much for your time this morning for some great recipes, some great ideas and pairings. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Invest 529 and CBS 6 are proud partners in presenting Battle of the Brains every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. This week, Blacksburg High School will face off against Poquoson High School. And now, here's your chance to get in on the action.
Woohoo.
Everyone at home has a chance to play.
Answer the following question correctly for your chance to win an Invest 529 account worth $529. Here's today's question. What can funds be withdrawn from Invest 529 for? A, for qualified education expenses. B, to buy a yacht. C, for a trip to Mars. D, to pay for unlimited pizza. Submit your answer right now at wtvr.com/BOB for your chance to win.
A lot of the college students would love some unlimited pizza.
As would I.
As would I as well.
Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Our next guest is on a mission to help women overcome the lies that are fueling unhealthy perfectionism and the inability to say no.
Recently, Evan Armour spoke to her about the 3 lies women are told. Here's their conversation.
Navigating the workplace can be a challenge. That's why Chantel Preston is on a mission to help women overcome the lies fueling unhealthy perfectionism and the inability to say no. She's the founder and CEO of Preston Partners, and she's here with us now to outline her list of the 3 biggest lies women are often told in the workplace, using her life as a reference.
So a lot of it's my own personal experience, to be honest. There was things like when I was younger that I was taught that I realized really developed my values and how I thought about life and the things that I did. And some of them were positive and some of them were negative. Well, as I continued to grow, I always talk to other women as, what are the things that are holding you back, or what causes you to not take those risks? And I realized a lot of them were the same lies that I was telling myself. And so I realized if we could reframe these lies, would we excel? Would it help us really professionally, personally achieve our goals?
So the first one here is, you can have it all. Tell us about that.
I love that one. I mean, we've all heard in our lives, you can have it all. I think as kids, we wanted the white picket fence, the perfect family, the perfect, career. We all strive to have it all moment. What I realize is you can't really have it all, or at least not in my experience. You can have it all, but just not at the same time. And that's okay, because like life, everything ebbs and flows. So it may be great in your professional life, but your personal life may have some challenges, or vice versa. So I really got to the point of focusing on what I call the win technique. What's important right now? I think we all go through phases of life. I mean, I have children, sometimes I have a lot of availability and other times I don't. How does that impact my professional? So I think it's really important for us to look at what's important right now. And as we progress, really evaluate often what's important right now and how do I need to adjust what have it all for where I am in that part of my life.
I love this next one because I feel like this is one that I've heard so much too. You have to say yes to everything.
Yes, I think a lot of us were taught as children, don't question authority, so just say yes. And I think women, our innate is just, we want to help and we want to do everything and we think we can. It's okay to say no. And I've learned, I had to put boundaries around. I was the worst of people would ask it, no problem, I can do it, even if I was drowning. We've all been in situations where we get shamed by other parents. Oh, be the PTA, be on the PTA, be the room mom. And I always raise my hand. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm drowning. So it's okay to say no. And what I've tried to do tangibly is, I take a step back instead of saying yes initially, is I just say, let me check my schedule. Let me look at my schedule and make sure I can have time to do what I need to do for you. And I also changed my mindset that my no is someone else's opportunity. And I used to think I had to do it all. But if I'm saying no because I know I can't do it or spend the time, then that's an opportunity for someone else. And so that's reframing that. So reframing it to, I'm going to say yes to the things that are healthy for me and help me achieve my goals.
The third one, this one, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this one. You can't show emotions in business.
This is my favorite. And I got a great example that actually happened yesterday. Women we're either you're too weak, you're too emotional, you're making emotional decisions, or we're too aggressive. I mean, there's no in between. I suppressed all of my emotions early on in my career. I felt like if I wasn't just, standoffish, very dictator-like, I wouldn't gain respect. And I realized throughout my career, that wasn't me. I'm a very vulnerable, very transparent person. I'm very empathetic. And as I grew as a leader, I realized that that's how I got the most out of my teams, by them understanding that I also make mistakes. I also am vulnerable with them. It built trust. It built collaboration. It built so many things that it made my teams and my employees and the people around me want to do better and want to be a part of my team because they knew I was human. And I think it's important for us women, we have great innate traits. We are compassionate, we're empathetic, and people say, don't do that. Why not? That's what, if you look at statistics today, that's what makes people a good leader. I had a great example yesterday. I got an email from a gentleman that I've never had this in my entire life, said I was mean and condescending. And it was fascinating because I was very direct with our conversation and was challenging him on some things. The fact that he sent me a message saying I was mean, I thought, would you have said that to a man? Right? And I've never been called that. And again, you start to question yourself. Did I do that? And then I realized, no, I was exactly how I always am. I was direct. He just didn't like me pushing back. And so again, I think it's important for us to be who we are because that's what's going to make us the great leaders that we want to be.
We love sharing your moments here on our show and everywhere you are.
Please continue to share them with us on Instagram, Facebook, or via email so you can see them right here on air.
Bonnie Armstrong shared this photo with us. She recently made a trip to St. Augustine with her son and one of her grandkids. What a great time and a great way to kind of beat the cold here in Central Virginia.
Looks like some fun was being had, some wonderful family time. Well, Diane Whitehead Overstreet was dog sitting for her son Jay, and check out these two cute pups. Meet Rocco and Lana.
They are adorable. Oh my goodness, what little cuddle bugs to have there on the sofa.
I tell you, I bet Diane doesn't mind doing a little dog sitting every now and again.
I would love that. Now here's your assignment. If you have a fun and festive snapshot of something that you've seen or experienced, please send it our way.
All you have to do is upload it to the Virginia This Morning Facebook or Instagram pages, or if you just want to send it to us in an email, you can do that too, virginiathismorning@wtvr.com. Right now, we want to share a fun experience Amy recently had on location. Take a look.
This segment is sponsored by Goodwill of Central and Coastal Virginia.
As you make a list of gifts that you'd like to buy this holiday season, Goodwill of Central and Coastal Virginia also hopes you remember to make a list of items you would like to donate. Laura Faison is here to tell us why. Hi, Laura. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having us today.
Why should folks remember Goodwill for their end of the year giving?
Right. So Goodwill is not only a great place to give throughout the year, but it's a great place to find those gifts for everyone in your family at Christmas time.
And a lot of folks, as they are making way for all of the gifts that they may receive, they like to do a purge in their homes, and that's where Goodwill can also come in.
Absolutely. You're making room for toys. You're making room for new clothes, new holiday decor. When you're cleaning those things out, think of Goodwill and make those donations.
So when someone donates an item to Goodwill, talk to us about sort of the life cycle, if you will, of that item. From start to finish, how does it go from the donation center to the rack where someone can buy it?
Right. So all of our retail stores have a really convenient drive-through or drive-up donation center. You make that donation, an attendant will help you get it out of the car. And then from there, it goes through a sort process. So we're sorting things out like clothing or housewares or books, furniture, all those things. It's a very direct sort process that we go through.
How can folks organize, I guess, in their homes as they are getting ready to make donations and decide what Goodwill could take from that?
Yeah, so we encourage folks to take it room by room, right? So you're cleaning out your living room to make room for those decorations. Start staging things by what they are. So if you've got soft items like stuffed animals or decorative pillows or those types of things, set those aside. Dishes, plates, set those into a different box. And then when you bring them, they're already pre-sorted and it makes it a lot easier for our donation attendants.
Is there any item that Goodwill is not able to take?
Yeah, so things like mattresses, unfortunately we can't take those. Frequently recalled items, so cribs, high chairs, those types of things we're unable to take. And of course anything with gas, propane, anything like that could be dangerous in the back room of a store.
And as the season goes on, you did mention not just receiving here at Goodwill, but it can be a part of the giving. There's absolutely wonderful gift items that you can find at each retail store.
Gift items and decor. You know, we really encourage folks as they are prepping for that season, come in, walk around, kind of let Goodwill tell you what it is you need when you're here. You'd be amazed at the number of antiques that we have in store. It could be a piece that has a lot of momentous value to you or a family member. All of those things are here in our store.
And everything from clothing to decor to gift items, a lot of them are brand new. That's
absolutely
original tags on them and maybe in the original boxes.
Yes, there's a ton of new items on our floor. Again, just come in, take a look. We put anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 new pieces on every single sales floor every day.
If someone is interested in also that donation aspect as far as finances, if they'd maybe like to give a gift to Goodwill to help keep your programs going, tell us what Goodwill is and what you provide in our community.
Right, so in addition to those in-kind donations, we do accept financial donations, but it's really important for folks to understand that every time we make a sale in our retail store, those revenues are going directly back to serving individuals right here in our community who might face barriers to employment. So maybe they are down on their luck, they've been out of the workforce for some time, they could be returning citizens, they could be individuals with disabilities. We're dedicated to helping them find their place in a productive career.
And this is also so exciting because you mentioned that oftentimes where you donate, that item will stay in that store, so you can be neighbor helping neighbor.
Absolutely.
Right live.
Absolutely. We really try hard that at the location where those things are donated, that they're sorted, processed, and put on the floor within about half an hour. That's our goal. Doesn't always happen depending on donation volume, like all these cars coming in today, but we really keep, and it's important for folks to understand, your donations are staying local. So if you donate to a location in Central Virginia, it's staying in Central Virginia.
That is so important. We thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
With us, and it is a great reminder that Goodwill is here to both take your donations and to be a one-stop shop for your gift.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us out today. We appreciate it.
Wonderful talking with you. For more information, you can check out our website, virginiathismorning.com.
Goodwill of Central and Coastal Virginia. Come visit them at 4200 Tom Leonard Drive in Henrico, Virginia. You can give them a call at 804-823-8215 or visit them online at goodwillvirginia.org. Stay tuned. There's much more in store for you to enjoy right after this break. to the Robert W. Duncan Wildlife Management Area. I am here with Max Goldman, Statewide Access Coordinator at the Department of Wildlife Resources, and we are ready to explore the wild.
I'm glad that you took us up on the opportunity to come check out what we affectionately call the Bob.
The Bob,
That's
affectionately known as well. Now tell us a little bit about the Bob.
So the Bob is a wildlife management area in Caroline County in Virginia. It's upper coastal plain habitat with lots of hardwoods and some pine right on the Mattaponi River behind us. It's about 1,300 acres, and we opened it up to the public in April of 2019.
1,300 acres. But this is just but one property. There are over 250,000 acres within DWR.
That's right.
How do we make sure that we can find them and best utilize them?
Yeah, between our 235 boat ramps and our nearly 50 WMAs, wildlife conservation sites, we also have some other programs that bring in tens of thousands more acres. We have almost a little over, I think, 250,000 acres of property. And one way that you can find the best place to do whatever outdoor recreation activity you're interested in is to use a new tool that we've just developed called Explore the Wild.
When we talk about Explore the Wild, this tool, how do we best utilize it, regardless of our level of experience?
Yeah, so with all of those great folks that we have working for the agency and folks that work for a number of other agencies throughout the area, we've been able to compile a bunch of information that answers the questions that you might have before, to give you the confidence to go out to a place that you maybe have never been and maybe do a thing you've never done before.
So you could search for a location in your community or beyond. You could search for a species you're looking for, or maybe just be a generalist, if you will, and find your next place to explore.
Yeah, one of the coolest things for me was, even though I'm in this world and was working on this database, when I put in my house, I found a bunch of places I didn't even know I was allowed to go to. And you know, I work outside and focus on outdoor recreation with most of the hours of my day. So it really is a great tool, even if you're a seasoned vet and you love to get outside and you've got your favorite places to go, it's likely that you'll find a place you didn't know was wonderful right in your own backyard, which is awesome.
We've had a lot of time to explore together today, and I've heard you say words like conserve and protect when we're thinking about the outdoors and this incredible environment that we're in. Your purpose as an organization is truly about connecting as well.
That's right. Yeah, a big part of what we focus on is making sure not only that the wildlife and wildlife habitat throughout the Commonwealth are conserved and protected for years to come, but also to connect Virginians to those outdoor places. And that's one of the really big, exciting points about Explore the Wild, is it's a really great tool to connect people to the outdoors, the places that are in their own backyard that they can go visit.
But this is really for folks who are looking for an authentic, primitive experience out in the wild.
Yeah, WMAs certainly are. Yeah, WMAs are not a state park. They're not your grandma's state parks. We don't keep trails maintained. We have administrative roads that folks are welcome to use when they're open, but you're not constrained to the trails here. We also don't maintain bathrooms on our properties, and there's no potable water. So make sure that you know what you're getting into before you come out to a WMA. And we've got some great information on the best practices to do that on our website. But there's a lot of the other properties that are searchable within Explore the Wild have things like bathrooms or picnic areas and pavilions. Also, some of them have lookout towers if you're interested in wildlife viewing or bird watching.
Okay. We've got Explore the Wild, an incredible tool already, but there's so much more to come.
That's right. We have a lot of really exciting developments on the way. We're always looking for feedback from folks who use the tool, and there's an easy way to provide feedback right on the app that you access through dwr.virginia.gov/explore. And we're implementing some of those great ideas to make the app even better, so stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. Thank you for having me out at the Robert W. Duncan Wildlife Management Area, the Bob. We've had so much fun doing some exploring, and we can't wait to do more. So if you're ready to explore the wild, make sure you visit our website, virginiathismorning.com. Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources, Explore the Wild. The address is 7870 Villa Park Drive in Richmond. You can give the team a call at 804-367-1000. Check them out online at dwr.virginia.gov/explore. Okay, Amy, I'm sending it to you.
We planned to air this next package on Thanksgiving Day, but due to some technical difficulties, we were unable to. Although Thanksgiving is over, you can still create this delicious dessert for Christmas. Mr. B and Andreas had some fun doing quality control with this one.
If you're looking for a sweet creation to add to your Thanksgiving dessert menu, we've got just the thing for you.
Our great friend Mary Rappaport is Consumer Affairs Director with the Virginia Egg Council and shares her recipe for a pumpkin cheesecake.
Ooh.
Yeah, and this is sort of neat because you make it like bars, pumpkin cheesecake bars.
Oh.
And if a lot of people take things wherever they're going, so you can actually take the whole thing.
And then just cut
take
the
it like
bars
that
when you
and
get to
cut it
grandma's house.
Yeah,
And you were mentioning that this is so much easier than making your standard cheesecake.
Yeah, the standard cheesecake, you usually make it in a springform pan, and then, you know, half the time it leaks, and really, truly, and then you put it in a water bath. That's why the problem, because it leaks into it. So this one, you don't do that way. This one, when you bake it, let me just skip to that, actually. When you bake this, what you do is you have the 2 racks in the oven. The bottom rack, you put a pan like this with water in it.
Okay.
So you've got
You're
a pan,
steaming it,
and you're basically steaming it, and then you put this in the middle rack. And so it kind of steams into the oven. Some new ovens that they're selling now actually have that in there. You just push a button and it throws steam into it, which is sort of neat.
All right, what is in the bottom of that pan, by the way?
What in the bottom of this is, you can use graham crackers, but I didn't. What I used was, I don't know if you can you smell this? Tell me what you think.
It's ginger.
Yeah, it's ginger snaps.
Oh, I love ginger snaps.
Gosh, you have a good sense of smell. Okay,
Yeah.
so you need about 1.5 cups of ginger snap cookies. It's like 27
And then you get
of
to
them.
eat the rest.
27 cookies that you crush up.
That you crush up. You can crush them, put them in a bag like this, mash them up, use a can if you want to, whatever, a rolling pin, put it in a little Cuisinart if you want to, food processor, but you want them nice and smooth. And then to this, you're going to add a 1/2 stick of melted butter. So you melt this.
Salted or unsalted?
I always use unsalted.
Okay.
Okay. So but if you have salted, use that.
And the cookies already have sugar in them, so
And
they're
they
already
only have
sweet.
sugar in it.
Yeah.
And then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar.
Why not?
So there you go. So you mix it all together, put it in here, and this is an offset spatula. If you don't have an offset spatula, just take a spatula and bend it. And you press it in like this, and then 350 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes. And you can go ahead and feel this. This has already been baked.
Oh, yeah.
It's been baked and it's nice and firm.
Oh, it's-
and
yeah,
you
it's
cool
nice and
it.
firm,
And then
yeah.
you want it to cool. So meanwhile, while that's going, what you do.
Well, wait, how long do you bake that for?
About 5 to 7 minutes.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's in the oven. While that's going, you need 2 cans of pumpkin.
Okay.
And this is something that's super important. If you have a sieve like this, put the pumpkin through a sieve. If you don't have a sieve like this, get a coffee filter or 2 or 3. Put them in a colander, you know, like you would use for pasta with the big holes, and put it in there because look what's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at all of that.
All this
out of
came
there.
out. Yeah, it's about 1/4 cup, which I really don't want in the cheesecake. See how smooth, perfectly those are?
So if you left that moisture in there,
They were going to be really
they'd
soggy.
be all over the
right,
place.
exactly. So, you
Pro tip.
Yeah, so you do that. That's doing. You've got this going, and then what you do is you mix 2 packages of cream cheese. The recipe calls for low fat. Use whatever you want. Okay.
It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, whatever you want. If you're
Go
going
for
for
it.
low fat, good.
Yeah.
So 2 packages of cream cheese that you bring to room temperature, and then you want 1.25 cups of brown sugar. The brown sugar should be packed so that it's like this.
Okay.
So that's how much that you know. So you mix that all in together like.
So you've
this.
already mixed that.
I've already mixed this because it does take a few minutes.
Why did it need to be packed? So you know
That's
it's exact.
That's the measure. That's how you measure brown sugar. Okay, so this is draining. That's cooked. This is together. Then you add 1/4 cup of flour.
Okay.
A tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. If you don't have pumpkin pie spice, see what's in this?
Cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and cloves.
So if you don't have
did it all
pumpkin,
for you.
yeah, they did it all for you. I would just use a little more cinnamon and nutmeg than the ginger and cloves.
Okay.
Because when they do ingredients, it kind of goes down like that. You know.
Well, you got ginger in the crust.
Yeah, you've got ginger in the crust too. So that goes into here like this. And then what you add is the pumpkin that's been drained.
2 cans of pumpkin.
2 cans of pumpkin that's been drained. And you know, you can go buy these great big cans. That's about the same amount as this. And this all goes together like so. And then what binds it all together and makes it really wonderful are eggs.
That's right.
5 eggs. And what I've done is I've kind of blended the eggs together first before I did that. Not really through a blender, but more like this. Okay, you mix this all together, and now
They're kind of folding it.
Right. This is the secret ingredient right here. It's a package of gelatin, unflavored gelatin.
Oh.
Okay. If you don't have unflavored gelatin, most of us have it in the cupboard. We've never used, we haven't used
I have some.
Yeah.
That I've
You
never
know what I
used.
mean. So just put that in there, unflavored gelatin in there, and that you can do it without it. But that way you're going to ensure that it's perfectly done.
It's going to stand up the way you want it to.
Exactly. And so you mix this up. Once it's all mixed up, you put it in here, smooth it out, and it takes about 35 minutes to 350. Again, remember there's that pan of hot water underneath. Okay, all right, so then when you serve it, to make it really look festive, and this will really take you all the way through Christmas because you're serving it with a cranberry compote that you make with fresh cranberries.
Ooh, nice.
So there's this, and then a little bit of course.
So you've got pumpkin, cranberry, and some whipped cream.
And then I'm going to put a little.
Of course you are.
This is cinnamon and sugar. So there you go. And
look at that.
It's actually really delicious. It doesn't scream I'm a cheesecake, and it doesn't scream I'm pumpkin pie. What it screams is I'm delicious.
So, and all in all, we're talking about what, maybe an hour or so?
Yeah.
After you've baked and all of that. So a little bit less time than a cheesecake as well.
Right, exactly. It really is really good. And what happens is with the cranberries is tart business. So you've got the tart and the sweet and the creaminess of the cheesecake. I just think it's a wonderful recipe.
It's such a wonderful consistency too.
Best of all, you can freeze it.
You can freeze it.
You can freeze it. So actually, this was frozen. Isn't
Bill
that
says
wonderful?
he's not going to have any to freeze.
What do you think?
It's
What
not
do you
gonna be-
think?
I
And
like
you don't
it.
even like cheesecake, right?
Well, I like cheesecake. I'm not a big pumpkin cheesecake. This is really
It's not,
good.
I mean, but it's not a screaming in your face thing. Anyway, and because regular cheesecake uses tons and tons and tons of cream cheese. This is just 2 packages of cream cheese.
Just
it's not
2.
that much.
Yeah.
Well, it really
So
is.
less ingredients, less time, less hassle.
Yeah, it really, and it's.
But still a lovely.
Yeah.
And you can serve this in bars, so you don't have to worry about cutting pies.
Exactly. You serve
all
it
of
in
that.
bars. Take
And
this
it'll
with
go over
you.
the woods and through the hills.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Grandma's
Yeah,
house.
just take it with you there. Take some Cool Whip with you. Take the compote with you. If you don't want to make the compote, get some whole cranberry in the cranberry sauce in the can. You know, the ones that come in the can, whole. And then just kind of melt it down with a little bit of juice. And there you have a lovely compote. That will make
works
it really
great.
super easy.
Really
So
good.
anyway,
Really good.
and then so if it's Thanksgiving morning and it's too late to do this, no worries. This recipe will take you all the way through Christmas because of the cranberries.
Well, because it's not screaming pumpkin, as you said.
Yeah, and it's just delicious.
Quite delicious.
And
Just
make
screaming
it,
not
freeze it.
delicious.
And you know what? This would also be a good. I didn't even know what you just said.
I said it's screaming not delicious.
It is.
Okay.
But this would be a wonderful gift to give someone. You could actually make 2 of them in smaller containers and give it to someone as a gift. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Or you could, plate it up and put it in little containers for someone to have.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to gobble this up, but in the meantime, thanks to Mary for coming by, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Welcome back. We'd like to thank all of our guests today and to you for sharing a part of your Friday morning here with us.
That's right. We leave you today with a performance from one of our favorite musical groups. This Brunswick County-based husband and wife duo is really making a name for themselves on the Virginia music scene. We wanted to share this performance with you once again. Here's Tiara and Andrew.
Enjoy a great and safe weekend. Virginia This Morning returns on Monday at 8:56 a.m. Until then, be kind to yourself and to each other. Have a great weekend, everybody.